Yo, what's going on YouTube fam? Hope you guys are having a great one as always. And in today's video, we are going to be going over my sensitivity, my settings, and my basics, stuff like that. I get this pretty frequently whenever I'm streaming. People are always curious about stuff like this. I have no issue showing them, but you know, it does become quite a hassle whenever everyone wants to see it. I know my fan base is pretty diverse. I guess I could say that. Garena players, I know they can't really copy the sense code. So put this out here once, and then that way, if anyone else wants it during the stream, or just in general, if anyone's curious, it's going to be right there. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the sensitivity, I play pretty unorthodox, and I say unorthodox because if you ask a lot of pros, it's very hard to find pros that use something other than fixed. I use Speed Excel. It's something that I kind of transferred over with Critical Ops. I became super comfortable with, and I've just stuck with it since, 2019, whenever I first started the game. So Speed Excel 165. My sense is very slow. Not a lot of people can use my sense. If you take the time to get used to it, it builds up accuracy, in my opinion, because it doesn't create as much aim shake in your long range gunfights. Close range, you will have a problem if you do want to test that out. But as I said, I don't recommend this to all people. I recommend that you find the sense that you feel comfortable with. It will take time, but if you wanted to try out this one, it's going to take even more time. Trust me. So my camera sense and my firing sense are exactly the same. So what you see here is same thing as the other one. You got 35, 35, 30, 25, 20, 20, 20, 15, 20, and then as you can tell, repeat. Same thing. I don't like to overcomplicate things. I like it to feel the same whenever I'm transferring over from firing and scoping and just like regular turning. I'm comfortable that way. I'm not saying anyone else will be comfortable with that way, and I don't use gyro. I really don't feel like gyro is a necessary thing whenever you are playing. Some people use it. I don't really know a lot of pros that use it, and that's really it for the sense, man. So let's just jump into the basics. All right, guys, so this is the basics. I try to keep everything pretty simple, straightforward. I don't like to overcomplicate things. It's probably one of the key reasons I can't play BR. There's too many buttons, and I suck at it. Let's just be honest. As you can tell, very basic stuff. I don't use fast throwing grenade. I know some people do. I feel like whenever you could control your grenade and you actually know where it's going to go and you could time it, usually even holding it's better. Just catch someone off guard, hold it at that little 2-second mark, let it fly. That works for me personally. I used a quick weapon switch button, and I wish they did have this back in like 2019, 2020, very beginning. It would have been an amazing button to feature in very early on. Even though they added it a little bit later to the game, I feel like this is one of the key buttons that help with my success. Not having to really pay attention to the two guns and then press one just to switch. It's just right there, click, click, and then that's all I have to do. And then it's kind of, if you look at my HUD, it's right there next to the reload in between, and I have the grenade in between. Perfect. It just works for me. Some people might like it the old school way. Me, I feel like this is the best move. But hey, some people have their own opinions. Remember, this is just my settings, my basics. Damage number transparency might be something that some people are like, why do you keep it on 100? So during comp, I like to give very accurate call outs. So if someone's actually one shot, I want to make sure that they are one shot. Seeing the numbers, I guess you could say I do quick math, even though I don't think that's a real thing. It's kind of just became a habit where I'll see the couple numbers pop up, and then I'll be able to determine like one shot, half HP, something quick, accurate. That way, if my teammate does decide to swing it, or if they want to take their time, they have the information going into that life, if that makes sense. I wasn't always a tap to ADS player, but I kind of did make that transition about last year, maybe beginning of like Western, Eastern type vibes. I wanted to get used to it. I wanted to get better. I wanted to have crispier aim. Yes, I did say crispier. I wanted to be accurate. I want to be probably one of the straightest shooters in the game. That's kind of my goal. Being an AR player, of course, I just want to be able to shoot straight. Tap and hold to ADS was kind of messing with me because my long range gunfights, the button would shake a little bit, and I didn't really like that. So it took me a little bit of time of getting used to tap to ADS instead of just like holding. It would scope in, it would shoot for me, do everything. And then tap to ADS also increased my reaction time, or well, not really my reaction time, but my gun firing time. And overall, I think this is probably one of the best decisions I made. Always sprint, I keep that off. I put it on 65. I like to walk in my S&Ds. I kind of have to. Yeah, nothing complex there. Something I do get a lot of questions about is my FOV. My standard FOV, which is my FOV range, first person only, of course, camera FOV, as you can tell there, is 65. I did play on 100 FOV, which is the second one, which is on 50 currently. I used to play on 100. One of my subscribers on YouTube, they recommended, like, try 50, it'd feel a little bit smoother. And honestly, I feel like it really is. 50 is like the default, he said, and I do not regret changing it to 50 at all. Marker settings and minimap settings is going to be whatever you feel comfortable with. You know, I like to not have all that cluttering on my screen while I'm playing. So these are my little settings. If you want to test them out, you can. More than welcome to. And then on my minimap, I like it where I can see the minimap. I like to see what's going on around me. Even though it is very small and I keep it to the left side of my screen, it works out. I'm very visual and I always look at my map while I'm playing. It's kind of one of the reasons why I understand spawns and all that so well. If you want to test it out, more than welcome to. I know you can't really see the bottom, but there you go. More than welcome to, as I said. I already know some people are going to be asking about my graphics, audio effects, so I'm just going to run through that real quick. I do play on low and ultra. Not every device, some low-end devices, they won't allow ultra. Max is probably the best you'll get, which is about 60 FPS. Ultra is for other devices like your ROG 6, Red Magic, iPad, stuff like that, where they'll give you 90 to 120. If you guys don't know, stage 5 device was the ROG 6, so this is the device that allows 120. I don't know deep down in all the knowledge of that, of like what devices are actually there, but I know Red Magic runs 90, iPhones run 60, and even the 13 is a little wonky, but I still think it's like capped off at 60. I recommend, if you guys want to do professional, you know, stick it through with a ROG or a Red Magic. But if you are gonna just do casual play, you know, a regular phone is fine. Or if you want to do like a rank warrior and you want to like invest in it, iPad, man, get that iPad and just fry everybody. I promise you'll go crazy. So these are the audio levels that I've kind of been using every day, just because, you know, playing professional and stuff, you just want to focus on sounding and the things around you and simple call outs that do happen in game. So this is it, nothing special. Some stuff turned off, voiceover, of course, English, so I understand. And then the effects, you know, this is all personal, like what you enjoy. I like the scientific ring with a nice green. It's very, it stands out, it pops, you know, it's there. And it's not something everyone else will like, but it's what I like. I do keep explosion shake off. That is not necessary. Get hint. That is a tongue twister. Oh my god. I keep it as black. Nothing too fancy. I don't want all them extra colors on my screen fucking me over. And I do get this question as well a lot of times whenever I am streaming. They're like, yo, Tech, what's your button size? What's your opacity? Stuff like that. This is my HUD. It's not too complicated. I like to keep things very simple, to the point. I want to aim. I want to shoot. I want to jump. I want to crouch. I want to run. The other stuff in between, I really don't need it. As you can tell at the very top, I have some stuff that's just completely out the game that I don't even pay attention to. But this is basically my setup. I'm just going to go through, click it real quick. You guys can see the opacity and stuff. And if you guys want to test out this HUD, it's here. Boom, bam, have fun. Also, simplified HUD at the bottom left, probably the best thing to do. Don't use default, it's trash. Simplified HUD all the way. And as you can tell, it's not very complicated. I like to keep things very straightforward, to the point. These are my settings, control, audio, effects, everything that people wanted. This is it. This is what I used. As you can tell, world chat is going crazy. But I hope you guys did enjoy that video. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.